You're watching Newsday TV. Thanks for joining us. I'm Ken Bufa. An historic Long Island farm has had its second major fire in the last 6 months. This is the aftermath of yesterday's flames in Riverhead. The Wells farm has been around since the 1600s. Now, in a few moments, we'll hear from the owner on how they plan to keep the family business alive. And a Queens man is facing upgraded charges for a crash that killed a Nassau County crossing guard. Today, Joshua Alvarado pleaded not guilty to manslaughter and vehicular manslaughter. Authorities say the 30-year-old was high on drugs last month when the vehicle he was driving jumped a curb and hit 70-year-old John Myro at an intersection on Sunrise Highway in Merrick. Myro died from his injuries about a week later. And authorities say Tiger Woods had hydrocodone pills in his pocket at the scene of last week's car crash. A sheriff's office report says the golfer also had bloodshot eyes. Woods was charged with driving under the influence after allegedly speeding on a residential road in Jupiter, Florida, and rolling over his Land Rover. No one was hurt in that crash. And state lawmakers just voted for an emergency spending bill because the state budget won't be approved by its April 1st deadline. The bill would earmark $1 billion to make sure state workers get paid in the coming week. The $260 billion proposed budget has been held up by disagreements over issues including a proposed tax hike on the rich, protections for immigrants, and climate goals. And East Northport is losing a Chinese food restaurant that's been around for 25 years. Precious Chinese Food has been a mainstay on Larkfield Road. Newsday has been told the restaurant's lease is up and the owners are retiring. It joins several other long-running Chinese restaurants on the island that have closed in recent years. All right, let's take a quick look at tomorrow's weather. It was a gorgeous day today, and tomorrow it'll be a little bit of a mixed bag. It'll be nice in the morning, but afternoon rain is moving in. Temps are still over 60s. Of course, we'll have that 7-day forecast for you later in the broadcast. A family-owned farm in Riverhead is committed to rebuilding after its second fire in 6 months. Virginia Huey spoke to the family.
From the sky, you can see the devastation left by a fire at the historic Wells farm in Riverhead. The blaze reduced a barn on the 365-year-old farmstead to rubble in a matter of minutes. Owner Todd Wells vowed to rebuild.
We've been here forever, and we're going to continue.
Monday's fire was the second to strike the farm in 6 months. In November, an even bigger blaze destroyed 3 barns and killed several animals. Wells said the buildings damaged by the November fire and the one impacted Monday were not insured because the family didn't have the money to make the payments.
We hope the general public doesn't slam us too much for all the fires we've been having, and they've all been accidents.
Monday's fire broke out shortly after 1 p.m. About 50 firefighters responded, saving chickens before the roof collapsed.
The wind was a factor yesterday. It was a little windy on the Sound Avenue area, but you know, due to our manpower and everything else, we were able to knock out the fire.
The Riverhead Town Fire Marshal said the cause of the fire is under investigation and is considered non-suspicious at this time. Wells said it is another setback his 11-generation farm will overcome.
We just pick up the pieces and keep going.
For Newsday TV, I'm Virginia Huey.
Only in Newsday, Long Island defense contractors are expecting a boom in orders due to the war with Iran. Long Island, together with Brooklyn and Queens, is home to more than 400 defense contractors that employ 25,000 people and generate up to $10 billion in economic activity each year. We visited CPI Aero Inc. in Edgewood. It supplies Lockheed Martin, Northrop Grumman, and others with complex structural assemblies for planes, drones, and missiles. The company says it was already seeing a surge in orders before Operation Epic Fury.
We get insight into the demand signals from the government and from our direct prime customers. Some of them are talking about 4x, 7x, could be 10x increases in defense spending in certain product areas to basically rebuild the magazine depth or the stores of the weapon systems that are needed as they get used up.
Newsday business reporter James T. Medore says the new defense contracts won't be awarded for at least several months, but when they are, they could be a boost to the local economy.
When companies on Long Island get contracts to make parts for the Pentagon, it has a direct positive impact on our economy. And not only in terms of the jobs and the wages people are earning in the industry, but also all the suppliers that provide material and services to these aerospace and defense manufacturers. Long Island has a long history of supplying and supporting the Department of Defense. We all remember when airplanes were made here on Long Island, at Grumman, at Sperry, at Fairchild, at Republic. And a lot of times people think because we don't make airplanes anymore on Long Island, we're not important to the defense industry. And that's not true. We make so many components that go into submarines, aircraft carriers, fighter jets, Army vehicles. In fact, Long Island is home to the 5th largest cluster of aerospace and defense manufacturers in America.
Now, to read more about this story, go to Newsday.com, click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. Oceanside is home to the Big Boy Seafood Boil. Let's take a look in today's Trendy Bites. This is the Big Boy Boil you can only find here at Seafood Mania in Oceanside. Let's go inside and see how it's made. So tell me about the Big Boy and how it came to be.
This was during COVID. I said, okay, I'm gonna go to the store, I'm gonna buy some seafood, I'm gonna make a boil for me and my children. My kids said, Mom, you should sell this. They said, post it on your Instagram and see if somebody will buy the boil. And I said, no one's gonna buy this boil. And my daughter said, I'll bet you $1 that someone will buy the boil.
And this video that you posted online of the Big Boy,
Yes.
how many views?
1.4 or 1.5 at this time, I'm not sure, million.
Million views. Oh my gosh, it's like Christmas.
1 pound snow crab legs, an 8-ounce lobster tail, corn, potato, 1 pound of mussels, 1 pound of shrimp.
Oh, not the lobster tail on top. Oh my
only sits on
gosh.
top.
That's the best part right
Yeah.
there. This thing is huge. This is a Big Boy. Oh my gosh. Is anyone else crying? That's just me? Okay, perfect.
Ready?
Oh my God. It is so good. The buttery, the seasoning, the presentation, 10 out of 10. I'm gonna eat all this. I can confirm it was super, super good. All right, let's take a look at your 7-day forecast to see if we're in the rain for a while or just for the day. It looks like we will dry out Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Rain moving in on Sunday, but check out those Saturday temps, mid-60s. You love to see it.
Long Island weather is brought to you by PTRC.
Now, for more on the stories you've seen here today, head over to Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. I'm Ken Bufa. More news coming up.
An inside look at Long Island businesses as Newsday presents LI Works. Join Ken Bufa as he samples unique jobs and meets the people behind them. LI Works, now available at Newsday.com/LI Works.